Welcome back to LWT Wildlife. There is an old saying, "The enemy of my enemy is my friend." Out in the wild, when a massive threat moves in, nature usually balances things out by sending in a bigger predator. But here in Texas, nature completely dropped the ball. We are facing a relentless invading army of over 3 million feral hogs, and out here, they have absolutely zero natural predators. No wolves, no mountain lions, just an unstoppable force. Left completely unchecked, these invasive pigs are tearing American agriculture apart. From the vast panhandle down to the South Plains, they are operating like living bulldozers. From newly sprouted cornfields to mature crops just days away from harvest, the devastating footprints of these feral hogs are everywhere. These are the raw, authentic images that let us witness just how brutal this reality truly is. It is a totally unfair fight, but today we are looking at the ultimate equalizer. For decades, folks tried using old school hardware like traditional steel leg hold traps and snares. But here is the hard truth about feral hogs. They are highly intelligent, highly adaptable survivors. When a heavy steel jaw clamps down on just one pig, the rest of the sounder doesn't just run away. They watch, and they learn. Catching just one pig means you are literally running a survival school for the rest of them. They educate the herd on how to avoid these setups, making the entire population incredibly trap-shy. Wildlife experts have done the math. Just to break even and stop a local population from exploding, you have to successfully remove 66% of the herd every single year. Catching one or two strays is just a drop in the bucket. But down in Texas, the strategy is evolving. Wildlife programs are stepping up their game across heavily hit areas like Navarro County and Coryell County. Out along the Leon River watershed, a prime highway for these destructive herds, experts realised that simply breaking even isn't enough anymore. To truly reclaim the land, you have to capture the entire sounder, all at once. And the proof is in the numbers. Over a recorded 3-year period in these targeted areas, official programs have documented an astonishing 80 to 100% sounder removal rate when using the right system. To hit those massive numbers, you have to completely rethink the way a trap looks, feels, and operates. And that brings us to a rugged, ingenious piece of gear. Enter the Pig Brig Trap. At first glance, it doesn't look like a high-tech fortress. It's highly mobile, packs down into a couple of plastic totes, and sets up in the woods using standard steel T-posts. But don't let its simple look fool you. The core of this system is a heavy-duty, dual-layer nylon net. There are no heavy metal walls, no noisy gates, and no electronic triggers that cost a fortune. It's an incredibly affordable mechanical masterpiece that uses the pig's own natural instincts against them. Here is the psychological magic of the pig brig. The inner net is suspended just off the ground, forming a dark, inviting canopy. With just simple shelled corn, smart tactics, and the trap itself, you can easily trick the entire sounder into walking right in, completely voluntarily and without a single ounce of suspicion. Feral hogs are naturally hardwired to root in the dirt. To get the corn under the net, they simply push their snouts under the flexible edge and root forward. The net softly drags across their backs. It feels natural, like pushing through heavy brush. Once they are inside, there is no trigger that slams a door behind them. This is a continuous catch system. They keep coming in, one by one, piling into a deadly one-way funnel. But do not underestimate the raw power of a mature feral hog. When a massive boar realises he is trapped, he goes full bulldozer. Pure panic sets in. We are talking about absolute units, literal tanks on 4 legs, that can clear a 5-foot fence from a standstill. They hold unbelievable brute force in their shoulders and snouts. When they hit the solid steel panels of a heavy Jaeger Pro or a homemade box trap, the impact is deafening. They will literally ram the metal until they bend the bars or bust the welds trying to escape. We've even seen cunning old hogs figure out how to wedge their snouts under a heavy closed door and literally lift it straight up so the herd can break out. These pigs are constantly learning new behaviours that leave us absolutely stunned, forcing us to constantly change our tactics just to adapt. Their resistance against a rigid metal cage fuels their panic. But the pig brig operates on a totally different principle. It relies on shock absorption. When a 250-pound hog charges the netting, the flexible nylon acts like a giant trampoline, absorbing the kinetic energy and throwing them right back to the centre.
Get this going. This is our first spot. Pull it tight.
As amazing as this system is, it's only as strong as the guy setting it up. Mother Nature doesn't forgive sloppy work. Down in the sandy soils of the Panhandle, if a trapper doesn't drive those earth anchors deep enough, it's game over. A trapped sounder will relentlessly dig and root at the edges. If they expose a loose anchor, or if the trapper failed to properly tension the heavy-duty straps, the net loses its shape. Suddenly, that one-way funnel turns into an open door. A massive hog will simply slip its snout under the slack netting, lift upward with its incredibly strong neck, and the entire sounder pours back out into the brush. It's a harsh lesson. The net didn't fail, the discipline did. But when you set it up strictly by the book, the results are nothing short of incredible. You wake up at dawn, check the live feed on your cellular trail cam, and the screen is just packed. Instead of seeing 2 pigs trapped and 15 running away, you see 30 pigs securely held inside the net. The continuous catch mechanism worked overnight while you slept. You successfully captured the whole sounder. You hit that golden target mark without firing a single shot. From there, it's about processing the catch safely and ethically. Trappers carefully back up a heavily reinforced steel livestock trailer directly to the net, funneling the sounder inside. Many of these trapped hogs are sold to certified buyers or processed safely to provide massive amounts of lean, organic protein for local food banks. It turns an agricultural nightmare into an actual resource for the community. Outsmarting a species this resilient isn't just about heavy metal or high-tech nets. It's about human discipline matching the discipline of the herd. As farmers across Texas reclaim their land row by row, it leaves us with a critical question. If nature refused to provide a predator to control these hogs, are advanced traps like the pig brig the closest thing we have to an artificial apex predator? If you have an interest in wild hog trapping footage here in the US, the video popping up on your screen right now will definitely give you another fascinating discovery and a totally different perspective on these invaders. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end.